Okay, so who will present first today? And can you make a list in the chat? Okay. Uh, who will present first, and then second, third, and so on. So you can make a list. How many groups total? 4? 5? 4. Including Stephen. Okay, 4. Okay, go. So who first? Stephen first. Where is Stephen? To be seen. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you can present first. Can I? You want to join? You can join. Yeah, in her class. Yes. Yeah.
Can you help me before? Are you going to start the class now?
Yeah, I'm starting. Go. Yeah. Okay, so the girls will present first. Hmm? Yeah, okay. You're next. Hi. Hi. Okay, Tamara, you can start.
Okay, so good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So we will present about our requirement based on the software billing that we're making. So generally, the purpose and scope of our system is that our billing software is created to ease customers when ordering food, drinks, and merchandise sold in the cinema. This is created to make the payment process easier and faster, reducing queuing lines so that buying and selling can be done effectively and more time efficient. And our interactive self-billing software enables users to track the products a customer buys, generates invoice, which then can proceed to billing payments. So our scope of the system encompasses the consumers in the cinema and the development of our software-based system that tracks orders and calculate the total bill of the products.
Mm-hmm.
And the objectives and criteria for success would be the system must be capable to display the menus from the catalog, must be capable to display the right price for every item and put it into the order, to generate bill number for every bill created, and must be able to save or clear bill after the customers choose the button, and must be able to search save bill by using bill number that they have produced.
And then
the description of the current system is this self-billing system interface include a customer name, consumer's phone number, automatic bill number generated, search button for bill number search, input quantity for merchandise, drinks, and food, and current total price and tax for each category, and the total of all purchase. When the system is opened, it will automatically generate a random bill number for each usage. And the next step is customers are required to input their name and phone number. Otherwise, the system cannot generate the bill. Customers also need to input the number of quantities or products they buy for at least one item. And after all input has been fulfilled, the system will work to sum the total price and the tax. And finally, the bill will be generated and customers can either print or just clear it. And then here is the requirement of the proposed system. And here is the overview. There are two categories of our requirement of the proposed system. which contain functional requirements and non-functional requirements, which we will explain it after this. And for the functional requirements, this is a user shall be able to input their desired order from the database set, and the system shall provide the correct price and items in the bill area based on customer wishes from the database set. And every order shall be generated a new unique identifier, which is a bill number, which the user can clear or save it to the system storage and search it again on the search bar. And the system shall be able to provide appropriate bill customer if they search their bill number for the system storage. And for the non-functional requirements, there are product requirement and organizational requirement, also external requirement. And here is the product requirement. The user interface for our self-built software must be practical, easy to use, and fast. And the user interface must be reliable to any users utilizing the software and should be able to. Users are expected to fill in their name first before inputting their orders. Users need to press total first after inputting orders and then press generate bill. If the user presses the generate bill button, the system automatically generates the bill, including their total price and tax and their bill number. And lastly, users are expected to be able to choose varying products and can effectively use the interface to generate bill. And here is the organizational requirement. And the system development process and documents must be licensed. The system must be trained monthly and data must be updated according to price and product change. Any development done by the development organization must be carried out in accordance to the policies applied, must conform to the standard software operating procedure. And the external requirement is the system shall not disclose any personal information about customers apart from their name and reference number to the operators or the system. And next, Joy.
No, okay, I will unmute. I will mute here. Cool.
So here are our scenarios. So if a customer did not input their name and phone number, they still can input the quantity of products they have bought, but it will generate a warning message like customer details must be filled once they click the generate bill button. And if a customer has input their name and phone number but did not input any quantity of products that they want to input, it will generate a warning message, no product purchase, or click the total button before generating bill. Once they click the generate bill button. If a customer has input their name, phone number, and product quantity and directly presses the generate bill button, it will generate a warning message, no product purchase, or click the total button before generating bill. So it means that they don't put anything in the bill. And if a customer already fulfills all requirement to generate the bill, it will automatically produce a pop-up message like, do you want to save the bill? And if the customer clicks yes, the bill will save on our system storage. But if the customer clicks no, it will nothing happen. So the bill will be clear, all clear. And if a customer clicks the clear button, it will generate a warning message. Do you really want to clear the data? If the customer clicks yes, the bill will be clear. But if the customer clicks no, it will stay on the page. And lastly, if a customer clicks the exit button, it will generate a warning message. Do you really want to exit? And if the customer clicks yes, the application will be closed. But if the customer clicks no, but nothing is going to happen. So next will be explained by Tamara.
Okay, so from the revision from last week, no, the second project's revision, we have created several use cases and we made it into several diagrams. Maybe you can scroll.
What does that mean in your case?
Done by the system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have made several. You can scroll down. This.
Okay, and
Yeah, and then can you scroll down? So these are our use cases, and then for the requirement process will be explained by Chia.
Okay, so here are the client needs. The program can run smoothly and fast enough to create a bill. And the program is able to create a bill for every person with different unique identifier. The program can save the customer's bill and search it again. The program is able to print their customer's bill. And here is our interaction diagram between the user and the system. And then this is our class diagram, same as a previous week. And this is our algorithm. So firstly, customer goes to the interactive machine and they need to input name and number. And then they need to input orders and total amount of order. And then there will be an option. Do you want to save the bill? If yes, it will generate a print bill. If no, do you want to clear the data? So if you click yes, it will back to the top, input name and number, and then print bill and exit. And here is the design. We already modified the interface appearance, but we still not revise our code because there is still a problem. We still try to find how can we use the CSV in our Python 5. That's it, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Yes. I think it's I think this group very excellent. Excellent report. Okay. A few comments, improvement can be done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
First, go up a little bit. Can you? Okay, here. This one you need to put jumper. You understand jumper? Can I put? Can I annotate here? So you need to put yes is like this. So you put jumper. Okay. So jumper mean like this. So that you know this is actually different line. Otherwise, this is dangerous. Yeah? We don't know which one which. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah. Next, in the requirement, never do like this. Go out a little bit.
Requirement? Which requirement, sir?
In that the same thing you put down in the interaction diagram. Can you show me?
This one.
Okay. A little
Okay.
bit up. A little bit up.
This one.
The first one. This is dangerous. Never make a contract like this. Never. Okay. Run smoothly and fast enough to create a bill. So the word smoothly, fast enough, this is dangerous. You need to put it into something that measurable. Okay? Because without that, you are going to enter a contract that will never end. You got it? Dangerous. Okay? So don't create a contract that never end. Should be something that measurable, fast enough, less than 0.5 seconds. That's okay. Measurement. Okay. So smoothly, what is the measurement of smooth in that case? Okay. So again, any kind of adjective like this is dangerous in the contract. Okay. Remember, this is contract, right? So don't create a contract that will create yourself in trouble. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
yeah. So, but in general, what you're doing is excellent. Okay. The one that you make last time is the same one that you run.
Yes, the code. We still confused how to combine between the CSV on our code. You said last time.
CSV. Database. So you can use Panda if you want.
Yeah, but the pandas doesn't run in our method. Like
You are using web. Hmm? VS Code. VS Code is inside your laptop, isn't it?
Using like the external things to run the Python there, and then I try to use Pandas. I have installed it, but when I input like import Pandas SPD, it says that no something.
No pandas.
Yeah, no Pandas, but the install in terminal below is successful.
Oh, maybe when you install in a virtual environment with that is different from the one that you run. That is one of the possible problem there.
So we try using CSV, and then we try to use.
So is CSV no problem?
Yeah, it's no problem, but we cannot connect the code to the CSV. Yeah. So we try to, I mean, like we successfully read the CSV file into the CSV, but when we input we're confused by inputting the code to the database itself
Into the CSV.
into the code.
To input your database into the CSV?
No, like we've already input the CSV into the, I mean, like we've already successfully input the CSV into the CSV.
Okay.
And then I have to change my code, right? Because my code is manual. I input all of this. So we still try to find out how to change the code from manual to connected.
Okay, so if you run it on your own laptop, is it working?
For the manual.
Not online.
Yeah, before the database.
Working. So is the problem is because you are using online? What's the actual problem? I don't get the actual.
Maybe I will do like this, connected to this, so we still trying to.
CSV is just a memory that you save into a file. Is that correct? Just like Excel, right? The one that you save. And then when you load it, you put it into your memory, right? So when you put it into memory, what is the data structure there? Is it a matrix? Is it a list? Is it a dictionary? Which one do you use? How do you load your CSV file? When you load into a variable, right? What is that variable? I think we discussed it last meeting. You save any data into CSV, and then from data, you put it out into memory, and then you print that. You still remember?
We success to print it, but we cannot import it to our data.
So when you successful print it, that means it's already in the memory. So it's not the CSV problem.
Yes.
It's not the problem of CSV then.
Our software is used import TK inter for the interface, sir.
Okay, so because you are using TK inter.
Yes. Is it actually working for import CSV in import
Importing
TK
CSV
inter?
does not have relationship to the TK inter itself. The TK inter.
So our import CSV, we should put it on top, yes, sir, before import TK inter, or
Correct. You put it on top, and then when you run, you just run to import the CSV. When you get the CSV file into your memory, can you print it?
yes, we can print. We can print
Once
it,
you
sir.
print it, it's already in your memory, so there is no connection to your CSV file anymore. So then you just need to deal with something that is already inside your variable.
Yes, sir.
That is the one that you need to show in the graphical user interface. Okay, anyway, today we'll discuss about GUI later after your
Okay,
presentation.
okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next group in that case. So, who want to present? Okay, go. Yes, yes. Go. I will mute. Okay.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Today our group will present our third project presentation. So, as you know, our previous software is about finding recipes, but actually we changed it into a converter. So, what kind of converter? So, the user, if they are a food seller, they can input the price of an item that they use in the recipe that they bought. For example, for a chicken curry, if they need 1 kilogram, bought a 1 kilogram of chicken, they can input the price, and then they can input the weight, and then if they use 230 grams for the recipe, they can input the amount to, for example, 230 gram. And then when they press convert, they will know the cost of the chicken in that recipe, like that. And then they can press add, because a recipe cannot only be
You
for,
want to demo it?
in the end, at the end
Okay.
we'll keep demo it. And then they can press add to change or to add the total cost, because a recipe cannot is not only consist of one item, so they have to redo it for every item, and then after they have done it, they can get the total cost. And then if, for example, the recipe is for 5 portions for 5 people, they can also input 5, and then after they press convert, they will get the cost of 1 portion
Okay.
of that recipe. Yes, thanks.
So this is our agenda of the day. The first one, we will the requirements and the specification. And the second one is the UML. The third one is data structure and algorithm. And the last one is demonstration. So I will explain about the requirement. If the user shall be to input their own prices and quantity of ingredients and their own portion of ingredients proportion. If the system shall be able to calculate the price of ingredients used for one portion of the recipe. And for the admin, it shall be able to inspect the system and make adjustment in the future. For the specification purpose, the software module is made for calculating analytical economics for receipts. This software helps user calculate prices for one portion of receipts easier and faster. The software can be called successful if and only if the software could calculate the input that the user typed within the software and show it to the users correctly. Modules shall be able to be used by users by first typing all the needed input, such as price of ingredients or unit and portion of usage. After that, the user shall choose the measurement that they use. By doing that, the system shall be able to calculate all the calculation that the users need. Then the users could add to the total or subtract if they make a mistake. Lastly, after all ingredients have been put, the users shall be able to divide the total cost with the number of portion the receipt would make and clear the total cost back to zero. On the other hand, the admin not only be able to do the same as the users, but also be able to delete the software if needed. So that's also the criteria for success and how it works.
Okay, so now I'm going to explain about the UML use case for Madox.
the new method. It's different with the previous one because it has different purposes. First, the user can input the number for like 1 kilogram of chicken. They can put 1 kilogram. They can also change the measurement because it will not only use gram and they can change it into sendok makan SDM, and they can change it to kilogram, gram, depends on what they need. And then the next one is the convert. The user can convert after inputting all the inputs that they need. They can convert it to the price that they want, and they can change the cost with add, subtract, or clear. For the add is after you put and you get, for example, 1,500, you can add it and the total cost will change into 1,500. And for the subtract, if you misplace something or some number, you can subtract it back to the previous number. And for the clear one, when you press the clear button, you can change the total cost back to 0. And lastly, for the user, they can adjust portion. For example, if the recipe need for 4 recipe, they can input the 4 in portion and change the total cost into 1 portion. And for the admin, they can also use regularly as user. However, for admin, they can also delete the software if needed. Thus, admin have delete in here.
Okay, so for the sequence diagram, so first user input the product price and then the product weight, and then they can type or choose the unit of the weight, which are gram or kilogram, and then they can input the quantity and choose the unit. The unit is SDT, SDM, cangkir, gram, and kg, and then they can click ubah. And then if the input, all the inputs are qualified, for example, we can only calculate integer. Other than that, we will give error and they have to redo it from the beginning. If not, if it's all of them are qualified, then Badok will get the number from storage, and then the numbers will be calculated, and then we will give the output to the user. And then if the number, then the total cost will be added. If they click kurang, then it will be subtracted. If they click hapus, then it will become 0, which is the default value of total cost. And then after they click it, we will give them the new total cost. And then they can input the portion and then click ubah. Again, if the input is correct or qualified, then we will give them the output. Otherwise, we will give them an error. So that is for the sequence diagram.
Okay, so now I'm going to explain about the structure or software need. For the software, we are a converter. The software is converter, and we store our data in 2 types of file. The first one is text files, and the second one is CSV files. The data from the text files were stored in variables as strings, and for the CSV files, it was stored as a list. And for the text in the windows in the software, we as a text file, and for the floats or integer which were used to multiply or divide our portion or our measurement, we get it from the CSV files with the list 0, list 1, and etc. And we take the value that we need using that and change it to the float
using float data when we need it. And the input that we got from the user are also stored in a variables and then changed into numbers using float variables. The result for any calculation are then stored in the variable as an integer. We put the final output in a variable called output as a float, and the default value for the output and some other variables are 0. So if you play it, it will back to 0 because it's the default. The variable changes when our program has gotten a new value from the variables, then it will be 0 again. When the user want to get another output from the programs. And the next one is the algorithm. At first, we will ask the users to input the price, and then the weight, and the units that they have, maybe 1 kilo or 1,000 gram. We change it here. And then we will also ask for how much weight that they use, the takaran in here. They can input it here. And they can change the measurement in here. We have sendok makan, SDN, sendok teh, kilogram, gram, and cangkir. And then after that, the user can press ubah and it will give the hasil. And here is the button. And for the last one is the jumlah porsi. They can input it with numbers and ubah. In this scenario, if the users put, for example, string with alphabet, age, or other thing, or maybe a float, we will give them warning. And that say that they have to put integer. The same with others, there are also warnings if they put the incorrect inputs. And that's all for the presentation. We will move on to the demonstration.
Okay, I will share. This. So, for example, if for the chicken curry, the 1 kilogram chicken is 40,000. So the seller bought the chicken for 1 kilogram for 40,000, and then they need to use like 230 gram. Then they will get the output or the cost for the chicken with this amount, with 230 gram. They will get 9,200 rupiah. And then they can press tambah to add the total cost. And then if they need something else for the seasoning, maybe 30,000 per 100 gram, and then they need it like two teaspoons. They can convert it and they can tambah again, and that they get the no total cost. And then maybe this recipe is for 2%. They can press 2, then they can get the cost for one portion, so that the minimum cost to sell to other people, so that they can get a profit. So this, they get 6,100. And for example, if they press another type of data other than integer, you will get an error. So if like this is correct but the other is not correct, then like the incorrect one is the bottom one, we'll give them a warning too. So they have to input the right one. But for this one, actually they can press ubah, but they will get the value 0. So they cannot tambah or kurang. They have to restart it from the beginning. So, and hapus to change the total cost into 0. So yeah, so that's how our software works. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, so excellent, right? Just like Can you go back to your diagram? Yours, yes. Okay, your diagram. Go up, go up, go up. There, there. Yeah, this one. Yeah, the use case. I think this is not. Is this include or extend? Add, subtract. What? There is no such things as add and subtract to the change cost. So this must be include or extend. Hmm? No, I mean not inheritance, of course. There is no inheritance here. So my point is add and subtract here is that when you change cost, it always either add or subtract, or this is an option. Option. So in that case, you need to put extend. Right? If this is an option, you put extend. Okay. Otherwise, if it is include, that means when you change the cost, must include add and subtract. Okay. Okay. So, well, for the report, it is okay. So for the program, do you think you can improve more than this? I mean, for usefulness. Huh? Yeah, yeah, okay. So something that is useful. Okay, this is okay. I mean, for practice programming, that is okay. But can you improve it so that we can have something useful? Right. Okay. I understand you want to limit yourself. So very clever way. Right. At the same time, uh, you know, one thing I appreciate from your previous part, yeah, your senior, okay, they try to go beyond the expectation, okay, not even limit themselves. They really are in all in that they that your birth is 21. Yeah, so the one that earlier than you, so 2020. Okay, that batch probably only 7, but unfortunately going down to very small. But actually, when they have project like this, they really go all in. Okay, go beyond our expectation. It is I appreciate them very much. I hope you can also learn from your senior. Okay, instead of all in, you put limit to yourself very narrow in a very clever way. Uh, well, you still can 100. Don't worry about that. So at the same time, I want you to challenge yourself. Okay. Okay. Go next. Who will present? Matthew. Is Stephen here? What happened to Stephen? Okay.
Hello everyone, good afternoon, and welcome to the progress report from SmartEye. Considering software before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Antonio Leonardo, and my partner is Christopher Matthew. SmartIO machine learning software. Have you ever experienced problems? Oh, sorry.
You still mute. Okay.
Uh,
Go on.
okay. Okay. Hello, my name is Antonio Leonardo, and my partner is Christopher Matthew. Have you ever experienced problem and difficult with determine whether a transaction illegal or not? If yes, then we will provide a solution because we have found a way to help you. Yes, it is with SmartIO. What is SmartIO? SmartIO is a software that automatically, huh? I don't know why. Wait, sir. To share screen.
You can share the whole screen if you want.
So, okay, you can see. The slide is changing or not?
Not yet.
Oh,
Who is that? Okay,
changing.
change.
Okay.
No,
Why?
because you did not share your whole screen.
Oh. Okay, like this. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So Smart.io is a software that automatically determines whether a transaction is found or limitation one. With the help of our software, your life will definitely by help, and we are also pushing to compare with our big bang to use of our software. Now we will talk about the software prototype that we have created. Before that, we can change to this one, requirement engineer. Okay, let's start by talking about requirement. What is a software? What to create to? Let's start with requirement engineering function. In your function, requirement engineer, we have 5 capability, namely 1, user retrieve final report that have been predict whether they are is found or are they correct. 2, user can contact the professional training selection if there are problem with the software or get introduction for justified. 3, user can display report retrieve at the best on us every transaction. But in the last 2 function engineering requirement, we don't give number 4 and 5 because we still don't know if we can complete this software on time being entering there 2 requirement. There is one user can display the prediction data they have entered with the new one entered, and the last is user can display the best prediction data of all data. And next is requirement engineering non-functional. In the requirement engineering non-functional, we divide it, there is a 3 picture. In the picture, we can divide by 3. In the first one is product requirement. Our requirement relate to software, but in more developed like our have the first product requirement can run machine learning. So your software has the advantage of being able to run machine learning itself. And the second one is software can provide data on a maximum of 3 seconds on fast connection speed, which means that your software is very fast in the mining this data depending on the internet signal with believed our software can running a very fractional of second. And we believe that the longest of software work is 3 seconds. And the last one is can include many data. And the next is organization of requirement. With relate to how can enter your software, such as only user can regress, can regress, and the last one is only machine learning develop, product owner, and data manager training special achieve the prediction result. And the last one is external requirement. External requirement, we have 2 of external requirement. There is the data has been on over a few must not be shared or like to the another company, and software has been operated may not be used or duplicate without the permission from user or duplicate without permission for machine learning development. And the next one is
UML diagram. First of all, let's go start with use case diagram. In the picture, we have 4 users in the diagram: product owner, data management, training specialist, and machine learning developer. The product owner register account, login account, and authentic user. If they have an account, he can show the prediction, and the data management can input the real history data and store the real-time data. And after that, we machine learning develop, get the time sample data. He make the update the story, create a model, and training model, and model prediction. And the last one is training specialist. If product owner have error or something with software, product owner can connect with training specialist. And the next one is the UML interaction diagram. You can see as the picture is got one way. We can see start from data management, store input real-time data, and data can notify to data is entered or not. And after data get the data can process data to machine learning develop. And machine learning create a model training a model, automatically data, and after that prediction. After prediction, we transfer the prediction in the output. The retrieve prediction going to the product owner. If the product owner have error or something, he can call the training specialist. This is a UML sequence diagram. This is same with before, but it is more detailed and clear. Okay. So the first is, sorry. Okay. User register account, going to account, and account back to account register and log in the account. User can account data, get the account data. If he success, he log in as success. And after that, data manager can access the filter, input the history data, or the store real-time data. And after the store real-time data, he can put in the machine. In the machine learning develop, first model, we can see what the first model is transfer PIC history data to create a model and going to prediction. After present, give requirement prediction to the data. After that, we interaction sample data, production data, and after all, we can see if the data is can produce. This product owner can see the result of the prediction. And the next is Matthew.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Matthew. So I'm going to explain about the class diagram. So first of all, we have the account class. Will be the starting point of the class. This account class will inherit from the account data. And then the account data has important attributes like account data and also authentication. And we already set an account type, which is a product manager, machine learning developer, data management, and trend specialist. So for example, if the account, if people log in and the role are product manager, they will go to the product owner interface, which have some interface to show the result. And also, and it depends on the other, like for example, if the account has the role for machine learning, they will go for machine learning interface and data management and trend specialist as well. And the account have the relationship of composition with the machine learning developer. And the machine learning developer has a composition also to the model, but I'm still confused about this one. Either I need to add the multiplication. For example, like one machine learning account can have multiple models or only one models. I'm still not sure about that one. And the model will inherit from the data. Oh, wait, I think this, I forgot about to change this one. The model will use composition to the data. And yeah, that's pretty it about the class diagram. So we have some software limitation. We already discussed this in previous meeting. So next. So we our demo. Okay. Oh wait, let me share my screen. Is it visible? Okay. This is our software structure. If you can see, the data structure that we use is dictionary, array, list, sorry, and JSON. We use JSON as the storing model. We can see this is the JSON for accounts, and this is the JSON for the list of the models. We are still confused about this one. So we are going to start our demo. So for example, if I run this, it will show this. Yes. And for example, if I type the user, you can see it from here. Oh wait, let me just switch screen. Wait. Okay. Okay. This. As you can see, this is the list of users that are available. So if, for example, if I type Anthony Neville, I have a registered Neville. So sorry, Neville. And wait, Neville. Okay. Wait. At gmail.com. And then, for example, the password, and then it will log in. It will not detect any account because I haven't registered Neville. So, for example, oh yeah, it will pop up. Okay, the change password we haven't because I think it's not that too it's not that too important right now. So we will set it later. Like for example, if I log into my account with the available password, which is MRS, it will log in. Ta-da. Okay, wait, let me reset. Oh, wait. Okay. Like for example, if I don't have any account, I would do sign up. So this is the page for sign up. Like for example, I want to register Neville, Anthony Neville at gmail.com. And yes, it has a email verification. It's just a simple regex to check whether the email is valid or not, but not to check whether the email is exists or not. And also the password, I already make a simple regex as well to check whether there is a one capital case and a digit and also one lowercase and a minimum of eight length. So like for example, if we register Neville, we can choose to go here. For example, Neville as the product owner, I sign up, and then it will add it to him. It will add it now. This will add automatically to the JSON file. I already set that up also. So for example, if I try to log in as Neville, the role are product owner. So it will go to the product owner page, but we haven't set the product owner page. So the thing that we already set is the machine learning developer accounts. So for example, I already set mine as the tutorial for machine learning developer. This, for example, I log in my account, check.com. Yeah, this is my password. It's classified. No, actually, no, you can see it here. It will enter the machine learning developer interface. Actually, this is not done yet, but it's still the prototype of the big things that are happening. So, for example, at first we will start for generate model. We can set our name model, like for example, model Matthew. We can set it, and we can choose a file here. So we chose the history data that already been, this is the user that will choose the data. And then, for example, it will submit and then it will show this interface, the path of our data, and tada! And this is the data distribution. Oh, it's double end. And we are planning to show the distribution of the data, the heat map of the data, but I still haven't figured it out how to put matplotlib.pyplot to the PySimpleGUI.
Wait.
So we still,
Okay.
oh yeah, GUI. And then this we submit data. I also haven't built this one because it's extra. So for example, we start go to generate model. It will generate the model, and I was planning to make like a progress bar, but we haven't made that also. So this will show the interface to predict data result. And then like, for example, this the input data that the user put. So it will go predict, and then it will show, this is the prediction result. And then
Did you
it
know?
will
Okay.
show this one. I'm not sure why it's not showing. I having trouble with this, but it's exists though. You can see it in the bottom. It's table, and then it's the list of the fraud transaction. I was hoping to ask user about this one. Wait, before that, and this is the registered model. It already put automatically to the JSON, but I haven't set to the train variable. I was hoping for the train variable is used for later. So for example, user can select the available model with the accuracy. So they can select the best accuracy. So like for example, so the reason that I did that is because there's some user that maybe make a bad model from the data. The data doesn't generate a good accuracy, so they can have a multiple model. Like the first time that I say it in the class diagram, I'm still confused about that. I haven't figured it out.
Okay.
So that's our software demo. Do you have any question?
Okay. So is there any question? Okay. So this is excellent. Okay. So this is what I said earlier as the one that give all in. Yeah. So it's beyond the expectation. Yeah. So I hope the others can also uh, have the spirit like Matthew and Newfield. Okay. Very good. Matthew and you feel you have a problem because you did not submit your requirement, your functional and non-functional requirement, which is a document. Yes. Okay. So please. Yes, you need to include documents because those are the contract. Okay. No problem. So can you hear me? No.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, the document is lacking. But the software itself, that the spirit that you want to create, okay, beyond the expectation, that is super, excellent. Okay, so what else? English, please improve. So many misspell. Okay. Not very important, but of course we need to get a better understanding. Okay. So beyond that, I think it's fine. So Stephen, are you here?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. So is there any input to one group to the others? No? Okay, cool. Good, good. So yeah, I'm pleased with your presentation today. So I think it's, please continue until the end. Okay. At the end, I want you to create unit test, automatic testing. Okay. And in your UML, in your requirement, you highlight, probably you put yellow or put certain color. These are the one that you are proposing, but these are the one that you actually create in the program. Okay. You can create much more in the requirement, more than the one that in the program, but these are the one that you are actually implemented in the program. So even if you don't finish all the requirement, that's fine. Okay. But please highlight which one is already implemented, which one is not. Okay, in the next presentation. Yeah.
And sir,
Yes, go.
I want to ask, previously the one that I use a table to show table, why isn't it showing? Do you know?
I think that's only the Z buffer. You just need to show. You can click down there. Can you?
Can I share screen?
Yes, go.
Which part?
Where is your GUI?
This is the UI.
There. It's
A
already
good.
there. Yes, that is already there. So it's already open. You just need to open it. Can you open it?
No, it somehow doesn't open, but it's there.
It's there. Why it doesn't open?
From the bottom of my screen also not showing. Like if like, or maybe it's too small.
No, it's not true. Can you show the code of that?
This is the wait.
Where is the code?
It's supposed to be this one.
Okay, where is the code to show? Okay, that's the layout.
This.
Okay, and
This
then
is where the table.
okay, this is probably the problem because you close it immediately. Maybe the closing, the next code, the next line. This one, window close.
This.
7. Can you untap? No,
Like this.
the tab is going to the left.
Oh. Oh wait, sorry. Like this.
No, sorry, to the left, not to the right. Left.
Like this.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that one. Can I see the up? Oh,
It's a function.
where is the
It's
loop?
right.
Where is the loop? You don't have a loop.
No, I don't have a loop.
A loop. Oh, okay. So I will show you in a moment, okay, how to create a graphical user interface. I think the problem is just the while loop.
While if and to.
Yes, because you don't have the loop of the while loop that make it work. So immediately you close.
But in other file like the account, like for the account, I also don't have the while loop, sir.
No, for the GUI you need to have a loop.
Yes, for the other, I didn't use a loop.
Because it's only show for a while. Okay.
Like, is this?
This one, okay.
Like this one, okay, but I don't have a while loop. It's just an if else statement.
Yeah, because if okay, let me see. All and the loop is from the read, right?
From the loop.
Yeah. So if you put while true and then read something like this. Can I stop your screen sharing?
Yes, sir.
So if you put, say this is your Windows, okay, and then you put while true, and then you read. So, and then the close must be on the same position as the while loop.
Oh, so I need to do that for all the
Yes.
GUI.
Yes. Otherwise, it will close automatically.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, so the girls, the Tamara, Jocelyn, and Sia, you challenged yourself very much with TK Inter, right? With the standard Python and actually much better but at the same time, it's much more difficult. So my suggestion to you is to use PySimpleGUI. So different module, it is much easier that the other group are using. Okay. Okay, let's try that. What is our let's go to the lesson. Is there any other group want to present? No more, right? See, Stephen is not here, so I don't know what happened here. Okay, anyway, so can you see this? So we are in the graphical user interface, and you go to the Premagic games. So this is an example that you probably can help you to create a simple game. Okay. Okay, so in this case, okay, so I will create in this example, okay, it's just a tutorial to create a game, very simple game, okay, and how you will create the program layout automatically. Okay, so okay, so Premagic game is based on my paper. So basically, we want to challenge the player, okay, so that the value of the cells, the sum of row is exactly the same as the sum of columns. Okay, so and then the challenge is to win the game with minimum number of cell chains. Okay, let me go to Jupyter. Oh, you can open your Python, your Jupyter. We can try that. Okay, Python. Oh, okay, anyway, so okay, let's try. Okay, so first you need to import this tree. So I just put here, I create a new file, okay, in Jupyter. Okay, and then you import the tree. Oh, is there any problem? So if you have a problem that you don't have PySimpleGUI, so you just search the PySimpleGUI how to install. Up to this point, so you can use PyPy, so pip install PySimpleGUI. Can you see my screen? Right, so pip install PySimpleGUI. Okay, so you go to your Anaconda prompt. Okay, so Anaconda prompt, and then you just pip install PySimpleGUI there. Okay, if you did not install yet. So once you install that, I think you can already run this tree import. Okay, so before going to the games, I want to explain two things. One is natural matrix and Premagic matrix. So natural matrix is basically you want to fill up matrix, okay, you want to fill up the matrix, okay, using the index, okay. Matrix of natural order, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, okay. So there are are two ways. One is to fill by columns. The other one is to fill by rows. So that means if you have the index, okay, you can get the row and column index. Or if you know the row and columns, you can get the index. Okay. So let's try this. Okay. So you go here and copy and paste this. Yeah, this is example of natural matrix. Can you see that? So I have 4 rows. I have 6 columns. Okay. And then NP zeros mean what? You create a zero matrix. Okay. So let's try that one by one so that you will see. So without this, there, something like that. Can you see it? Matrix zeros. Okay, with certain number of rows, certain number of columns. Okay. So now you want to fill up that zeros with a natural number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So how to fill up those numbers? So of course you will create an index. The index is between 1 up to maximum row multiplied by maximum column plus 1, right? Because why? Because the range is up to that number minus 1. Okay, from 0 up to that number minus 1. So in that case, you get the columns and the row. Okay, how do you get this? This is come from this formula that I explained a while ago here. Can you see that? Yeah, this is from this formula. Where this formula come from? Well, you can say I created this. So you can try by yourself anyway. This is simple. Okay. Now, if you have the row and columns, right, then you can fill up the matrix. This line number 7 is basically to fill up the matrix. Yeah, matrix M. So if you run this, you will get the matrix of natural number. Up to here, is there any question? Can you make it? Can you make it? Download. What are you downloading? Oh, PySimpleGUI. Okay. Actually, at this point, you don't need PySimpleGUI. So just pure Python this one with NumPy. So of course you can change the number of rows, for example 2 and 3. Okay, so you will get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Question? So next, in this formulation here, I fill up per column, right? See, 1 and then 2 is below. Okay? So if I put, for example, 5 by 6, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 is the next column, right? Now, my question to you, how I fill up instead of per row, per column like this, can I fill up per row? Your challenge. How I fill up per row? So 1, 2, 3 is in one row, okay, and then up to finish one at the end, the next row will be the next number. Can you make it? So, can you try? Once you finish, you share your screen. Okay, anyone who can show first, you can get your recitation point.
Sir, finish, sir.
Cool.
But this is from your website, sir.
Yeah, it's okay from any.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. So this is in your website tutorial. So I just changed the row and column,
Column,
switch it.
right? Switch
So
it and
it's
then okay.
like this.
So using the next formula, you can get that. Okay, you can switch instead of column. Now you can make it per row. Okay.
Okay.
Now next challenge to you. Next challenge to anyone. Okay, to anyone. Okay, given a matrix, can you get the vector sum of rows and vector sum of columns, and then the sum of everything in the matrix? Three problems here I want you to solve. Okay, so you can solve one of them and then you share your screen. Okay, so let me share my whiteboard. Let me share my whiteboard. Can you see my whiteboard? Yes. Okay. I want to have a notation. This is notation of sum. Okay. So if I said AI, sum of AI. Okay. So AI is a list, right? So A is, for example, 1, 3, 7, 9. So I want to get sum of AI. What does that mean? Mathematically. Okay, this one is what? Okay, so you will put 1 plus 3 plus 7, yeah, plus 9. Okay, right. Sometimes we'll put the model sigma mean from 1 up to n. Yeah, n is the total number of here. Okay, do you understand the meaning of sigma notation? Clear, yeah? Okay, now I will delete this. Okay, how about this one? Aij, okay, sigma to E. Oh, what's that mean? Anyone can explain? Aij mean row, I is the row, okay, J is the column. Okay, that means you have a matrix, yeah? Matrix of A, Aij here. Okay. For example, what matrix? Okay, your natural number, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah? 7, 8, 9, for example, yeah? So, what is the meaning of sigma Aij to E? What's that mean? Hmm? So, yes, so in that case, you need to know, okay, this is, say, I will call this Wj, okay, Wj equal to sigma of Aij to E, right? So Wj is what? Okay, the I here, yeah, the I here is represent the row, right? So J is represent the column. So what is that? Wj is a row, yeah, a row vector, right? So what is this? This is 1 plus 4 plus 7, right? So how much is that? 12. And then 2 plus 5 plus 8. which is 15, right? And then 3 plus 6 plus 9, which is 18. Okay, so Wj here, okay, or W itself. Okay, so W here is basically creating a row vector. Is it clear? The notation. Okay, now I will make it different. So how about this one? Wi equal to sigma j, okay, of Aij. What's that mean? Now you sum the column, okay? That means for I, for each row, okay, you will get this. Okay, this is a column vector, right? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6, okay? 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15, and then 7, 8 plus 9, 15 plus 9 is 24, yeah? Okay, is it clear or not? I'm just explaining the meaning of sigma. Clear, yeah? Okay. How about this? Let me erase this. Next one, okay? The meaning of sigma. Now I have a sigma Aij. I and J. What's that mean? Correct. So this will become one number. Okay, K is actually what? Okay, everything. Yeah, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. Okay. So in this case, you will get how much? This is 30, 33, 33, 45, right? Is that correct? Okay. So K is equal to 45. Okay, now your task, okay, is that to compute this in Python, to compute this in Python, and then to compute this in Python. Code it. Given A matrix, code it to get the sum of row, the sum of column, and the sum of total. That's the challenge. Okay, any of that is okay. So who can make first? You share your screen, you can claim your recitation point for today. Yeah? Just one of them. You have 3 problems you need to solve. So I need to share my screen here. Jupyter. So this is my matrix, okay? My new matrix is A, which is 3 by 4. It's not natural matrix. That is my test matrix later. Okay? So can you calculate the sum of row, sum of column, sum of total? How do you do that? Sum is basically a loop. Okay, so you use for loop. One for loop is one sum. If you have 2, then you need to loop 2 times. That's the clue. Okay, I'm going to close the recording first. Okay. So if you want to install PySimpleGUI, okay, so you go here, Anaconda, right? And then you have Anaconda from here. Do you have it? So once you open that Anaconda prompt, and then you just copy and paste the one in the website. Where? Oh, here, this one. Pip install PySimpleGUI. Or if you are using Anaconda, you can search in Google, install PySimpleGUI Anaconda. There. So there is a command. Okay. Nobody will remember this command. Okay, you just need to copy and paste. Here, you can put like this. Conda install -c conda for PySimpleGUI, and then go inside that Anaconda prompt, and then copy and paste that, and then enter. Okay, I already installed. Okay. Just to compute the sum, you don't need PySimpleGUI. You just need pure Python. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone want to share screen? Darin? Tamara? Where is Sia?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you want to share your screen?
I'm still trying, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, go. Thank you.
I have problem.
What's your problem?
I use the IFN modules, the
And then,
ideal flow net modules, and I wanted to access the sum of column and sum of row, but somehow it has no attribute. But I already searched the GitHub as well. It's supposed to be working, but I'm not sure why.
what do you mean with that? I don't get. You want to share?
Can I share?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. This is I've already imported the ideal flow network
Okay.
SIFN, and then I wanted to access the method sum of total.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So, Matthew, I want you to make without module. Can you make it without?
oh, without mod.
Yes. So, without module, okay, without NumPy, just without PySimpleGUI, okay, just pure Python. Can you make?
Okay, sir. Oh, wait, sir. I'll make it.
Okay. Because of course you can download, so many modules on that, right? So my point is, you need to know if you have nothing, okay, you don't have anything, so you need to know how to get an algorithm, because what this algorithm that you can get, even very simple, yeah, it's just sum, okay, then you start to understand how to program many things. Okay, just sum of rows, sum of columns, sum of total. That's it. So first I create a list, simple list, just 1, 3, 7, 4 example, and then I need to get the n. Is in here is the length of L. That means the number of element of that list. Okay. Next, I want to do for x in range n. Okay. Yes. I haven't shared screen. Can you see it now? Yes. So L is 1, 3, 7, 4 example. N is the length. That means the number of element. Okay. And then for x in range I of n. Okay. If I just put x alone. Okay. So if I just put x alone, that means print of x. It will print 0, 1, 2, 3. Not until n is 4, right, in this case. So just 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now if I put print of lx, okay, so that means it will print 1, 3, 7, 4. Okay. Now I want to get the sum. So sum equals 0 in the beginning. Okay. So then what you will do, I will get sum equal to sum plus L of x. Okay. So then you print the sum. There, you got 15. Do you know how to do a looping to get the sum? Okay. That is in one array. Right? So now if you have a matrix, how do you get that? That's the challenge. Okay. So now, yes. Oh, you want to share your screen? Go. Okay. Sum of column, you will use length of m. Oh, where is m? Oh, m is already in the top. Okay. 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 So, and then now you need to return that. Can you? You need to return the vector. Can you return the vector with this? No, you just put the list, it's okay. You need to return the list. How do you get the list? So to get the list, so you put, for example, V. So, okay. Let's make it simple, Kenneth. In line 21, you put the M there. Sum of column of M. Okay, M is given, right? So it's not outside, okay? And then N is the length of M, okay, very good. And then I is the range of N, that is okay. And then the print you don't need, right? So you just, what you need to do. Okay, that print you don't need, but the sum is needed. So in that case, you need to put into a new variable. Let's call it V, is it okay? V equal, or V append, V dot append. Oh, but you cannot make append unless you define it first. Okay, so in that case, after N equivalent M, okay, enter, you define V equal empty list. Okay, very good. Now you can put that in line 25, V append there, and then what is that called? Yeah, without equal, yeah, without equal. Append is parenthesis, right? A normal parenthesis, just the usual parenthesis. Parenthesis of the sum. Parenthesis, without space. V append parenthesis, parenthesis. Tanda kurung. No, normal. Okay. One more in the end. Okay. Without space. Okay. The return is after untap it. Untap. So one more to the right. Okay. Very good. Now you print that sum of column. M is already given. So you need to print that. Print sum column. Or you can give name A, for example, or A equal. Okay, now print A. Okay, run. Oh, there. Is that correct? Okay, you got that. Okay, sum of column. Excellent. So you can claim your presentation point. Okay, and then, continue with sum of row. Okay, anyone else? Come on.
Sir, I
Go.
finished.
Go. Which one you
Uh,
sum of row?
This is the sum of row and this is the sum of column.
Okay, excellent. Okay. Okay. So sum. Yes. Super. Yeah. Okay. How about sum of total?
Sum of total. What
Yeah.
is sum of total?
Sum of sum. This is the double sum. 2 times. Double sigma. Sigma I, sigma j of aij.
So the total of this and total of this.
Yes.
Okay. Wait,
Actually,
sir.
that's simpler. Okay. That's even simpler than these two. Because the result is one number. Say k equal to, right?
Done, sir.
Done. Oh, show so that others will see.
This. So I make a function. So I just did like sum of total with the sum of row, which is a list, and then it will loop the entire list. So tada, it will
No,
resolve.
if the sum of total is not a list, so I want to get a matrix there.
Oh, so the sum of total is a matrix.
Yes, so that matrix A a while ago that you put, can we put it as,
Oh no, for that
okay,
no. I built it for a list.
yeah, okay. This is good, okay, Matthew. So, but can you make it one more? Okay,
Yes,
okay, but sum of total of matrix.
sum of total of metrics. Oh, I
Yeah,
can do that. Okay, I'll
yes.
wait there.
Nice challenge, okay? Billy, you want to share your screen? Why? Oh, Sia, you want to share your screen? Jocelyn, why not? Homework, if you cannot finish homework, okay? This is a homework. Sum of rows, sum of columns, sum of total. Homework. Must be able to do it. Otherwise cannot pass this course. Sure. Very basic. You cannot do this. Nobody will say you can program in Python if you cannot even sum, you know. Right? Okay. Matthew, if someone asking you for a code, don't give, okay? So that they can learn. Otherwise, they will never learn. Okay? Yes. Yeah, so if you have a problem with that, okay, so if, because if you append, you can create a list without making it into matrix, right? So there is actually a simpler way to do, okay, but you need the module. Okay, so I will show you first this without a module. Okay, so suppose you have A, right? Any matrix A, and you need to calculate the sum of row, number of rows, length. Can you see it? Okay, if you want to get the number of columns, that means you get the second length, which is A0 or A1, is up to you. But of course you should put it. If you don't know that there is A1, so A0 must be there. Okay, so this is the number of column, length of length, basically. This is no module, see? I have no module, no import. Okay, this is pure Python without any import. Okay, and then if you want to get the sum, yeah, of each row, this is exactly what Matthew was doing a while ago, right? And then if you want to get the sum of column, again the same thing. Okay. I think this one I need to put it down here because this is V, right? If you want to get the sum of row, you get for each I, okay, now you put Sj is 0, and then for each j, you just sum, okay, and then you append. Okay. The same thing here, okay. What make it different? Look at the I and j here is reversed. Can you see that? Huh? So for each column now, okay, Si is now 0, and then for each I, you sum. Clear or not? Okay, and then you append. Okay, how about the last one, sum of double sum, yeah, double sigma. So what is that? Oh, because this is just simple, so you just put any number. For example, S is equal to 0, and then for each j and for each I. Okay, and then S is just S plus that element of the matrix. Okay, and 3. Okay. Any question? No question? Easy, right? Okay, you make it as homework, okay? So, huh? What is the problem there? Not easy. Tell me. Okay. What's the problem? No problem. This is just the sum, right? A while ago, I just used this exactly the same. In the screen a while ago. Where? Here in L, this is exactly what I'm doing. Right? Yeah. So matrix is basically list of lists. Right? So in that case, you go for it list. Is that okay? So it's exactly the same. So this is, you are going for each column, and then for each row, I get the sum. And then append that sum of each row in the column. Okay. The same thing here. Okay. How about double sum? In that case, I don't need row or column, right? I just double sum. Okay. Just sum all of that. Okay, so if you run, there. Okay. Yeah, this all become homework. I will put it in length.
Sir,
Okay. So I already know what to do, you know. So all you need to do is just practice to do it. Okay. So
finish, sir.
you're finished, you already finished. So Matthew, you already finished. So you just submit it. Okay. That's easy.
Okay, sir.
So next, another way is using NumPy. Okay. If you use NumPy, okay, you can use linear algebra. Did you learn linear algebra in other course? Not yet. When are you going to learn that? Eh? Next semester. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm in advance for that. So anyway, you don't need to do it. So okay, I already give you the computation of sum of rows, sum of column, right? Without linear algebra, right? Oh, okay. So now if you use linear algebra, okay, that easier. So basically NumPy is like MATLAB, so it's just a linear algebra tool, right? So in here you create a matrix of 1, vector of 1, because n of 1, meaning n rows, 1 column. Okay, J in here is n rows, 1 column. Okay, because you use A is a matrix, so I can get a shape. That means this is a number of row, this is number of column. Yeah? N is number of row, N1 is number of column. Okay, can you see it? Right? And then sum of row is just N dot. Oh, it's faster. Using NumPy is faster. It's just one line of code. Sum of row that a while ago that I cannot make, right? And then sum of column is just exactly the same. You just transpose it and then you just make a dot product. Okay. So, okay. So, I want to define what is Premagic. Yeah? Premagic matrix is defined as the sum of row, the vector sum of row is exactly the same as the sum of column. Okay. So, let's try this. Okay, so this is the, where is A? Okay, so let me print R here. So this is R, random matrix. Okay, R is just random integer matrix size 5, right? And then I want to get A. Okay, so from the R, I want to get A, which is R transpose times R. Okay. In linear algebra, if you have a matrix, any matrix, random matrix, okay, and then you transpose it, and then you multiply with the same matrix, basically A transpose times A, it will become a symmetric matrix. Okay, and then symmetric matrix must be Premagic, right? So, and then in that case, you can check, okay, the sum of row. So I will create J. I will create J here. So J is just basically a factor of 1. Oh, and it's not given. So 5. Factor of 1. Okay. And then if you want to get the sum of row, okay, the sum of row of A, right? So that's R. This is the sum of row. And then if you want to get the sum of column, okay, so this is the sum of column. Let's see. Go. You see exactly the same, yeah? 177, 95, 129, 41. Okay, of course, this is so this is what is called Premagic, meaning the sum of row is exactly the same as the sum of column. Okay, so using that, now you want to get user interface of the game. So can we make a board, okay, a game board, something like this. So if I copy this here, so this will create a code. Okay, if I generate this, what I'm doing, it will generate a code. Okay, this will generate a code. So it means in Python, okay, you can generate a code and then that code will be run by Python. That means you can automatically create a code. Code to code is possible in Python. So how to do that? Okay, so now once you make that, let's create the first version of Premagic game. Okay, so can you see it? Can you see my window? Yes. So these are the first simple GUI, right? With this 3 by 3, with the sum of row is R1, R2, and 3. Okay. So this is exactly what you make here in the code. Okay. So in the GUI, you just create SG. Here is actually the PySimpleGUI module. See, PySimpleGUI as SG, not Singapore. This is just the name of okay. And then in PySimpleGUI SG, you can change the look and feel. So I just make it simple divide. And then the layout is the one that I generate. So a while ago, right? This one. Okay. And then you create a window. Okay. And important here is to have, this is what Matthew is saying, why I cannot make the window run? Because you did not put while loop. So you need to put a while loop. Okay. And then you read. Every time it go in the while loop, you read the event and the value, okay? And then if the event is closed, you close it, okay, break. When it break, it will go to window close, okay? If not, it will just print the event and the value. So this is really simple, basic of the graphical user interface, yeah, using PySimpleGUI. Using this event and this value, you can put in and put out anything. Okay, so if you look at this, so if you want to put in, okay, if you want to show the value, you can put like this. Can you see? Windows of the name of that element in the GUI, and then update with certain value. Okay. If you want to get the value, you just put value. Okay. So because you know the event and the value, you can basically put in. So if you don't know, okay, if you want to debug, you just print this event and value. Every time you move, it will show what is the event every time. Even if your mouse is just moving and click certain things, it will show the event and the value. Yeah? So here I click this, right? It's supposed to generate something. Is that okay? Now see, event is a wheel mouse down. What is the value? This one is the value. Can you see it? Okay. Every time you do something, it will create the event, and the value is given there. Okay. So you can now you can access, because this value is basically what? A dictionary, right? So in that case, you can access the value. Okay. So let's continue this next meeting, but at least I will give you the homework to do some rows, some columns, okay? And can you make a test if Premagic or not? Okay? Go. So sorry for delay. Yeah, thank you for today. So let's meet next meeting.